It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And front and center is Josh Downs. He comes into this one 5th in the NFL in touchdown receptions. It's the Colts and the Texans, and it comes your way next on EA Sports.
Just about set for football. The veteran Matt Gay has it teed up, and we are underway now at Lucas Oil Stadium. This taken in right around the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And they will be led out by the youngster, the rookie, their QB.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after... Because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him the win. Opening play, and Stroud will throw it. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. It'll only be a loss of a couple, but the pressure gets home on first down. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. First run of the game here for Dameon Pierce. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Apparently this defense has come to play. A sack and a run stuck behind the line on the first 2 plays.
I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening opening drive. This is 3rd and long. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
On is the punter, Johnston, now as he sends this one away. Let's take it inside his own 40. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
And there's a lot of good to watch in the game last week. He threw 4 touchdown passes. A little bit of concern throwing the 2 interceptions.
Yeah, the 2 pick.
Yeah, you want the ratio really to be closer to 3-to-1 as opposed to the 2-to-1 that he had. But it is something to build on. They did get the win, didn't they?
Yep. You look at the defense for these Texans. They enter play here 24th in the league against the run.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be...
That's caught inside the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. And that one results in 35 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Richardson now on 2nd down. Pass out left, caught by Woods. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to...
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Anthony Richardson keeping it himself from 10 yards away. And the Colts will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football, because as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change, a quarterback, running back, tight end, doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense and win college result.
The threat of a 2nd straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Stroud on 3rd down now. And that is incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And taken right at the 35. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. As the Colts offense makes their way out, we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season, as this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look 3 weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
And he'll be taken down just shy of That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Well, this defense for the Texans, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3 and out and giving the ball back to their offense?
They'll run for it. It's Taylor. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. Richardson working from the gun. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And this is caught. A big play there for Andy. 48 yards.
When they needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver. And as this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Richardson looking to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
So an incomplete pass a moment ago, and that leads to 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
All right, Captain, it's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you've kind of run out of your running plays. Fire another one into the end zone.
3rd and goal. Here's the option left. And he takes it in for a Colts score. Anthony Richardson with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Colts lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter. An extra point by Gay is up and good. That'll make the score 14-7. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Houston set to take over. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
The 2nd down play not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Nothing the score. This is the NFL. Texans football to start quarter 2. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Throwing now is Stroud. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Juju Brents, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
First and 10, Richardson looks to throw it. Jonathan Taylor hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Colts are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. An extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now 21-0. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. Well, here we sit, Week 17. Just one more week in the regular season after this one. So if you're one of these teams trying to make a move and improve... Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
Richardson off the play fake. Lets one go downfield for Pierce, and that is incomplete. Oh, he had it and dropped it. That is an unforced error there, and it takes away what could have been a touchdown. Now a 2nd and 10. They go play action with Richardson. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
The offense on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. On 3rd down, here's Richardson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Colts first down as this defense cannot come up with a play that they need. In fact, they surrender a big chunk, 17 yards there on 4th down. Oh, the option to give to Taylor here. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Good yardage there on 1st down, exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Isaiah McKenzie, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Colts are able to add on to their first half lead. Here's Gay now to add the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. Drive that time of 6 plays, and it culminates in an Indianapolis touchdown. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Things, unfortunately, continuing to implode here. The interception he threw on the previous drive, of course, led to the touchdown. And that deficit widening a little bit further. 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. These two teams, they met in Houston earlier in the season with the Texans coming out on top. So if they can find a way to win here in Indianapolis, they would take the season series 2-0. Stroud working out of the gun. He'll get this out wide to Singletary. down the left sideline. There's a nice move. And he will step out of bounds all the way down inside the 40. A big play there on the catch and run. 46 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Some good strong running right there, some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Now here's Stroud on 3rd down. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Dalton Schultz from 3 yards out. And the Texans are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And it's now a 28-7 ball game. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. It's a foot race. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Colts. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him. Kick it to him. The way he runs, as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
It's just a blow. He gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. Taking it about the 1. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Quiddy Pay. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. They need 18 yards here on 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Pierce. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. Taking on the midfield logo. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Colts are set up well as they take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Richardson out of the shotgun. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Richardson to throw off play action. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Play action. Now Richardson. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Sheldon Rankins coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. Going for it on 4th. Here's Richardson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And this Texans defense stands tall. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And with decent starting field position, they're maybe only a couple completions away from field goal range. Singletary to get the drive started. They juked him. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. Well, Charles, the NFL record is 66 yards. That was 5 shy of that, but only a handful of guys have ever connected from 61 or deeper, and he can add his name to the list.
Yeah, more and more guys are trying it. That doesn't mean the success rate has gone up. That is a long kick. Guaranteed, when he turns on his phone after the game, a ton of congratulatory texts will be awaiting him.
So we hit only 30 minutes left in the regular season, and everybody's excited for the playoffs, so we're just going to forget the halftime show and get back to the football. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Taken at the goal line. The Colts going to take over on offense to begin this third quarter. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Richardson is going to keep it running right. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center because, remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion. And sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
2nd down, here's Richardson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
And that's one of the few things that has not gone right for this offense so far. They've had their share of big plays. That was nearly another. But somehow, he just couldn't squeeze it.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
It's fielded at the 45. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Texans will take over. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back.
Robert Woods breaks through the contact. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. And, Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him over 3,000 yards passing now on the campaign.
And, Brandon, nowadays your leader's usually closer to 5,000 yards on the year, but still, 3,000 yards, a good season.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13.
Bronco switch, smash.
Stroud now on 2nd down. Over the middle, complete. That's Woods. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. Stroud now on 3rd and 2. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Fairbairn able to put this one through, and they're back within 3 scores as it's now a 22-point game. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And Dallas Flowers going to bring this out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from...
He's got a man, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one good for 37 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Richardson looking to throw this. Pass complete downfield. It's Pierce. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Now it's Richardson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Off play action. Richardson escaping the pressure right. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. Richardson now on 3rd and goal. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
He has just not had his focus in this game. It's not 1 drop. It's not 2. That's 3 for this contest.
Yeah, uncharacteristic for any NFL receiver, and he's no exception. The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. Looking end zone, and he's got his man. It's Woods. Touchdown, Indianapolis. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass, and the Colts' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and that'll push the lead up to 29 now. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. And now out comes Houston. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a 1-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
They have certainly looked his way in this 3rd quarter. Another catch, and it's good for a 1st down. Stroud out of the gun here. They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long. Stroud looking to throw. They intercept Stroud again, the third time in this game. And the Colts are going to take possession here at their own 33.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 1st and 10. Here's Richardson with it. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Richardson on 2nd and 10. He'll let one go deep for downs. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
He's going to air it out deep for Woods. Oh, and that is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one is over a long time ago.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now Richardson back to throw it. And that will be incomplete. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to.
Look at end zone, and he's got his man. It's Woods. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Colts are closing in on win number 10 as they extend this 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as these guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Texans offense set to regain possession. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us?
Taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown, Houston. Take Dell, 79 yards. And the Texans get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Fairbairn good with the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. But not that any of the points would be needed, but CD, they've got enough time left here. They could definitely score on this drive, maybe even an ensuing drive as well, if they really want to drive home this landslide victory.
Yeah,
they've got his man complete. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. A great play there for Indy. And even 50 yards. Exactly 50 yards on that last play as they just go from 125 to the other for 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
And that is caught, but he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge, incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
Going for it on 4th, Richardson. Looking for Pearson, he's got him. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Alec Pierce, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Colts have sewn this one up as they add to their lead here in the 4th. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the 4th quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like 4th quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Here's 2nd and 10. Mills. Looking for Woods again, and he finds it. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. First down, Mills. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. That's caught again by Schultz. And he's taken down inside the 30.
Offside, defense.
So with the completed pass and the yardage they got, they'll decline the penalty.
So obviously more yards on the pass completion than they would have gained with the penalty. They did the math. They did it well, and it works for them.
Mills' throw pulled in by Woods. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. Now a 2nd and 2. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Again, it's Mills. He finds his man complete. It's Schultz. And they keep those sticks moving forward, that time with a gain of 3.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Smoke Monday just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now the throw here complete on the right sideline. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 and the 15. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. Mills now. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
The kick by Fairbairn is good, and they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. And the Colts now, they're ready to get the football back as they try to finish things off in this 4th quarter. And that current 5-game win streak looking like it's going to go to 6. Lets one go downfield for Pierce. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to...
And that's caught inside the 30. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Gay is on for the point after. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. This taken in at the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Houston's offense taking over again. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Catch is made. It's Schultz on the out route. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. On 1st and 10, Mills. Open man downfield is Woods. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. Well, they don't need to score here, that's for sure. They could just kneel it. They've got the huge lead late 4th quarter, but we'll see how they're feeling, Charles.
Yeah, we all know people out there who like to use every second of the clock, no matter what the score. And we know they don't need the points. They've scored in abundance already. Let's find out how they want to finish this ball game.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this will be caught at the 30. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Yet another touchdown in what has just been a high-scoring affair, a fun one to watch, and it's the rookie quarterback, Charles, coming through with yet another touchdown pass to pad the lead.
Did we come into this game where defense was optional? Because it certainly feels that way, right? But when you look at the scoreboard, this rookie, he has his team at a quicker pace than his opponents. The entire offense got a ton of players. I think these coaches have to be especially happy with what the quarterback has done.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
So a mistake there, Charles, from the rookie pass rusher.
And oftentimes when you make the jump from college to the NFL, you have to adjust to the rules. But in this case, the rule's no different than in college. Once the ball's gone, you can't continue on and get your shot in. That's one where you have to have some discipline. And even though he's a rookie, he really should know better.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. One last shot from Mills. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Well, this was a fun one today if you like points. A lot of them went on the board. Both offenses were clicking. Charles, these defenses, meanwhile, have a little something to clean up before their next contest.
Yeah, neither end zone had a stop sign in it, did they? I mean, for both sides, visit it, and with frequency. Not fun to be a defensive player, but on the offensive side of the ball, those guys had a blast. One team came away with a victory. Even better for them.
So for Indianapolis, they do get that 10th win of the year as they finish up at 10-7 overall.